Hi. That's what happens. When I start things up, I'm like, I don't know, what are we doing? Well, today we're talking about doing we're doing a podcast. I'm doing a podcast today. Alex, what's up? Oh, that reminds me, I know we were talking about the strategy session with you. I've got to send an email to somebody else. I totally forgot about that. Actually, a couple things I need to do. I'm going to raise this microphone so it's closer up. Hold up. Let me do it in my high-tech way with a candle and some books. Look at that. That's how we do it. Professionals at an Airbnb. That's how it works, people. So, I'll show you Hinata. What's up? Good to see you. All right. So as people pop in and we hang out. So I'm going to do a podcast today on clarity. I've done some things on clarity before, but I just did a full training on clarity, and I got some really good stuff that I want to bring up today. So we do a hard paper. Let's see. I'm looking to see what's going on. Target, communicate, clear. How to clear your overloaded brain. We did that. Okay. Yeah. Today I'm going to be talking about being clear on getting to where you want to go. I don't know if that title that I have here is going to be the title that I use, but it's going to work. So many wonderful internal realizations today. Fantastic, my friend. Fantastic. Well, I hope I have some more for you today with this podcast. Huh? Yes, of course. Hold on. I'm going to... I write this down, okay? I can see clearly now. Boom. Okay. How to move clearly toward your desired end goals. Boom. Because I think I did one about let's see. Did I do this? Hold on. Shut your pie hole. That's a fun one. I like that one. When it's because I think, I don't know if I did this one yet. I think I did hold on. So have I done a podcast on fake it till you make it? That might be what I need here. Well, I'll look that. I don't think I have. Biggest troll, yada, yada, yada. Fake it till you make it. Yeah, I don't think I have, guys. What? How cool. So what's what you want? Oh, you know what? So what you want is the goal. It's the feeling. I did that. Okay. Let's see. Where did I do fake it till you make it is BS? I call BS on that. Didn't I say? Okay, hold on. Just looking, guys. Looking. Do you guys remember? Let me check with you guys. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, I'm gonna do a podcast today, but I'm a little messed up on what I'm gonna do because I think I've already covered this one, but I can't find it in the Mind Scrambler stuff because I did. Sometimes my trainings get mixed up. I got a bunch of them, so I don't need that. Training, bugging, got that one. Huh. All right. This is interesting, kids. Let's see. Shut up, back, listen over the brain, fight, compensate without overwhelm, Say it is. Then you go back, clear over the brain, control yes, imposter syndrome, impulse buy, transform your story, make it smarter, failure head on, positive, goals. How's it goals? So you can get what you want. That's that one. So the goals, that's what I was talking about, is getting clear. That's how you set the goals, but not getting clear. Okay, I know what I'm going to do today. Perfect. Sweet. I am going to stick with clarity on this one. So I can see clearly now. There we go. Oh, I've got the list, Luigi. Believe me, I've got the list of what I have. I have to go through each title and go, wait, did I do this? Did I do this? It doesn't matter. There's so many aspects. I could do the same thing twice and have totally different, stuff because I go off the cuff on these. So whatever the divine wants to download to me and say, well, this is what you say today, because apparently the divine is a Frenchman. Oh, did I tell you guys about my tattoos that I'm going to get? I am. See, everybody in Australia is tatted. They have so many freaking tattoos. It's insane. I think there's a hot girl. It's like, hey, wow, tattoos everywhere. Like, what? There's a guy, hey, man, he turns his head and half his head is tattooed. I'm like, what the fuck is going on down here? It's crazy. But, when in Rome, I've wanted to get more tattoos anyway. But it's like, you got to be careful. It's like, you don't want to do something and then it's like 5 years down the road, it was like going, wow, you're a douche. Like when everybody did kind of the barbed wire thing around here, it's like, I'm original because nobody else had. He's got it. Oh man, it's everywhere. I'm one of those guys. So I figured what would be funny and good and solid for me. So I've decided I'm going to get one right here, and it's both Monty Python quotes. One is, and now for something completely different. And this one is, always look on the bright side of life. Excellent. Always look on the bright side of life. So that's going to be fun. But today we're going to be talking about clarity, clarity on what you want, clarity way out there. So I just did a big training on that. So I'm going to stick with that to help you guys because it's good. It's good. We are going to figure this out. So, and this is good for relationships, business, love, life, doesn't matter. For those of you that come onto here and are new, I want to take a second to welcome you, and I would love to keep in touch with you. So how does one do that? Well, I will tell you. I keep in touch with you by going here. Right here. Link it up, people. Go there and give me your email. Sign up on the list because then you will be on my email list. So anytime something comes out, something new, I will let you know. Excuse me. Oh, and actually, by the way, this week's podcast has come out. I am going to give you the link right now. There we go. Copy. You can go right here. Oh, that sounds nice. There we go. Boom. This is with the podcast. And the podcast, I believe, is to today is, what is it today? I think I see things like Geordie. Forge ahead like Geordie. Geordie LaForge. George. You got it. This is how to see the positive while covered in triple poop. And that's cool. Awesome. It's there. Go check it out, people. It's out today. All right. So I'm going to get to it in about 5 minutes. We're going to rock and roll. So as you know, all of you that are on here, if anybody pops on and wants to have a chit chat with me while I'm talking, then that's great and all, but I'm not going to be able to do it until I am done, y'all. Until I am finitoed. And then I'll come back and say, hi, what's up? How you doing? How things going? How you going, Blossom? How you going? We got that from Koala Lou, who is a great little children's book out here. Let's see, hold on a second. This was, wait, what was today? Clear. Got it. Clear what you want. I did all that. I did all this. Boom. Okay. Next session. Here we go. Okay. Anywho, so who else is on here? Who we got? People kind of coming and going. Not all people here today. It's all right. Doesn't matter, because what I'm going to say is going to help all of y'all. All of y'all. And you're going to love it. I'm just saying. You're going to love it. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, what else is happening? So today is Tuesday. It looks, oh my God, it's a perfect, beautiful day. There we go. I was like, wait a minute. It's kind of looked dark, but the curtain was just pulled back a little bit. So let me raise this up a little bit. Bow. There we go. It's kind of both sides working. Make it a little more light on this side. What do you say? Holy moly. There we go. Yeah. Not too bad, huh? Found a new microphone set for me that I'm going to pick up in the next probably couple of weeks. Have that good to go. Because this one is old. This little guy is old. And it's a USB mic, and I can't use these anymore. Oh, the industry standard has changed. And that's okay. It is okay. Don't worry about it. It is all right. I'm not hurt. But, and what else? My gosh. So I had a great session on Saturday for a project that I can't mention. As a matter of fact, I haven't even looked at what the hell it is I'm doing. That's the thing, guys. A lot of times I don't know what projects I'm working on. They're just like, oh yeah, you're going to do this. You're going to do that. And this is some sort of, there's card stuff that goes along with it. Something. I don't even know. I honestly have no idea. Oh, that's what it is. Looks awesome. Okay, cool. I said some things, I said some stuff into a microphone, and it was great. It was fun. So I enjoyed that. And we were connected with Tokyo, and all good, baby. All good. So, all right. I am doing my podcast. So I'm doing my podcast. Now will be able to respond in chat. I'll respond to you after at 45 EST. Yeah. That's 30 minutes. Okay, here we go. You guys ready? Faux show. Boom. All right, here we go. Maybe get this recording here. This here. Put that over. Put that down. Okay, move. Why is it no? It's not moving. Not moving. Not listening. Oh, real quick. Dirt. Don't get me too fast for love. Shout out to Dell Records. Awesome, dude. Hey, Dinesh, how are you? All right, everybody. I'm about to start my podcast right about now. So here we go. You know the drill. If I will come back and chat with you guys whenever I'm done, but that will be a few minutes. So here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mind Scrambler podcast. I am Spike Spencer, your host. And today we're talking about vision, clarity, goals, etc., all that good shizzle. I'm calling it, I Can See Clearly Now, I think. Well, that's the title I'm going with right now. But you know what? The title that you read may be completely different because I change my mind from time to time. So, what am I really talking about here on the Mind Scrambler podcast today? Well, I just did a training on this, and I wanted to dive in a little deeper with you guys on clarity. There's so many levels of clarity that I deal with, as you guys know or may not know. When I develop relationship sales dynamics, my overarching concept is clear, connect, close. Simple. In clear, there are many, many aspects to clear. And I'm going to go over a little bit of those today. But the main one I want to talk about is being clear on where you are going, what it is you actually want. And we're going to dive into that. There's clarity on where you want to go. There's clarity on clearing out all the junk in your past that is keeping you from getting the things that you want. There is being clear on what you're working with. There is being clear in your messages. There is clearing out your mind. There's so many levels and aspects to clear. That's why, you train with me, because there's a lot of work to be done. Today, however, in my podcast, we're just going to talk about clear on where you're going, what it is you want. I'm not talking about goal setting per se, but your goal is the end result. But see, goals change all the time. So I want to be clear on even further than that. What is your overarching clear mission statement? Think about that. Maybe I'll change the title already. Mission Possible. Actually, I think Butch Hartman already has that, so I probably won't work with that. But what I will work with is the mission statement is the most important aspect of your clarity in your relationships, your connection, your business, love, and life. Why is that so? Because that is your 40,000 foot level. That is the end of the line. That is your legacy. That is why you are on this earth. That is the big thing that should be driving you, especially if you're in business, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're on the road to personal growth, self-help, enlightenment, etc. What is it you want to do? And I'll happily share with you mine, and you'll understand why this is so powerful and important. My mission statement is, and has been for some time, I want to bring inspiration and laughter to millions. Now, what does that mean? How am I going to do that? How do I get there, et cetera, et cetera? I don't know. I don't know exactly how that's going to happen at this moment in time, because things happen in your life, surprise, divorce, bankruptcy, now you're living in Australia. By the way, wait, what happened there? People die, things happen, you lose a leg, anything can happen. We reject all of those things. But a lot of that happened to me, except the leg. I got both my legs. But when things happen to you, being clear on the overarching mission of your life and what you want is very helpful, because it's like having your North Star. When we say goals, we talk about, if you want to go from Los Angeles to Houston, Texas, then you get on the I-10 and you head east, straight shot. Very, very simple. But for some reason, it's like, I want to go from Los Angeles to Houston, so I'm going to head up the PCH heading north towards Washington. Well, why in the hell would you do that? Somewhere along that line, you're going to go, oops, I made a mistake. I'm going to have to turn and head east and go, on whatever, the 40, and then go across and then go down whatever this one is to get me back on the road, the I-10, to get over to Houston. Things give you curveballs in your life. But in the end run, you want to go to Houston. So you're going to get there one way or the other, right? So, crisscross and back and forth, et cetera, et cetera. Same thing with your mission statement. With what you really, really want to do in life, does it resonate with your mission statement? So whatever I do in my life is I want to bring inspiration and laughter to millions. How is that going to happen? I don't know. Originally, I thought that was going to happen through television, through movies. I was going to be a big star, a big comedic actor, and I was going to be in, sitcoms and things like Friends, and maybe on some animation stuff like The Simpsons, and make a lot of people laugh, and maybe write some books on personal growth and self-help, or just be an inspiring guy, and to the best of my ability, that's what I am trying to do. I have failed many, many times. Then I go back to my overarching mission statement, my clear goal out there. I want to bring laughter and inspiration to millions. So let's say I have a Mind Scrambler podcast, and I get millions of people listening to it, and I'm able to inspire and every now and then make somebody laugh, arm fart. Just kidding. No, really, actually, arm farts are quite funny. But if I can bring laughter and inspiration to millions through that, maybe that's the way it's going to happen. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to start a foundation of happiness. Maybe I get a cooking show that I'm looking towards. It's another aspect. It's like, hey, what if I started, food game, or don't kill your date and other cooking tips, or whatever, food for thought. And it's a cooking show about dating and relationships. That can happen. And maybe millions of people watch that. I mean, I know I've uplifted with some of the characters I played in anime, thousands. I'm sure that's great, but that's not really me. That's somebody else's words. Luckily, it's my performance that maybe sold it and helped. That's great. I'm on the right track. I still know. Do I want to be a big anime star? No. Do I want to be a big voiceover star? Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, animation, solid, original animation. That's my zone of genius. I love that. It's so much fun, and it makes me laugh. So yeah, on a funny ass show that's, in front of millions and making me millions and everybody's happy. It's like, perfect. That is fully aligned, and I'm clear with that. That's great. So I'm open and welcome to that. Why? It's part of my mission statement, bring laughter and inspiration to millions. So we just have to see. But I know where I'm going. Do you know where you're going? Do you have a mission statement, quote unquote? Do you have something that is at the end of the line for you? And it doesn't mean, I'm not talking about a specific goal, because notice it's not incredibly crystal clear specific. But when I say that, you know what that means. You know what that is. I didn't say I want to make 435,000 people laugh and I want 932,000 people to be inspired. No, you don't have to do that. Millions, billions even. So one of the things we say whenever we're talking about a goal, this or something better. So I may bring inspiration and laughter to billions. I mean, cool. Why not? Let's make that happen. Arm fart, arm fart, arm fart. I'm going to teach my son so many wonderful things. So let's talk about how to get clear on what it is you want. Now, a lot of people will say, I say, what do you want? And whenever I'm coaching somebody, I say, what do you want? And I just let them go. And invariably, they will go to what they don't want. People like to, and I'm generalizing here, but people like to look at the negative so much. We're so tuned to that. It's like, what can go wrong? Because it was a safety mechanism back in the day. Let's say, if you were wrong back in caveman days or something, and you died. It's like, I don't think there's a saber-toothed tiger behind that bush over there. Let's walk forward. And it is. And oops, now you're eaten. So fear, fight or flight kicks in before whenever you see that bush move. And you're like, whoa, what's happening? And then a duck walks out the other side and says, I'm okay. That's fine. But there's all this stuff going on to get you to what it is you want to get to that can cause you to go down the wrong path. So you've got to know, what is it I want? How can I not fail at that? Because if you think about things you don't want, it's going to lead you towards the things you don't want. I'll explain that in a minute. So when we think about, they say, oh, I don't want this. I don't want to get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. I don't want to lose all my money. I don't want to get a divorce. I don't want, don't. Well, your mind doesn't process things that way. Your mind processes things by the positives. So the negatives don't really resonate with your subconscious mind. I'll show you how. Check this out. Whatever you do not think of a blue elephant. What did you just think of? A blue elephant. So, but I told you not to think of a blue elephant. Same thing happens with your subconscious mind. I don't want a divorce. What are you thinking about? Divorce. And your subconscious mind, all it's getting is divorce. Gotcha. Yes, sir. I don't want to get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. Want to get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. Gotcha. And that's what happens, because when you're getting whatever it is you're saying, the negative and the positive, it's being processed in the information like it's just straight process. And it's called your reticular activating system gets activated to show you what it is you want. And when you say, I don't want something, well, the I don't is kind of canceled, and you're going to see that thing that you supposedly don't want. And it's going to lead you towards that. Prime example, if you say, suddenly you're like, oh, you know what? I think I would really like a Corvette. And suddenly you start seeing Corvettes all over the place. Like, how did that happen? Yesterday, I didn't see Corvettes all over the place. Now I'm seeing, I saw 10 today. That's crazy. No, you said Corvettes. I want to see a Corvette. I'm thinking about Corvettes. Your reticular activating goes out and says, hey, yeah, let's take a look. When a Corvette goes by, I'm going to go, ding, hey, by the way, look, a Corvette. So if you say, I don't want to be mad, and then you see something and it's like, oh, hey, this should make you mad. Hey, this should make you mad. Hey, by the way, this should make you mad, because you're thinking mad. So if you think happy, love, clarity of thought, then you're going to be in a better space to start leading you towards what you want. And this is why the mission statement is so important, because all the things you don't want, you want to push those to the side and think about what you do want. That way you can ask yourself, hey, am I being the person today that is going to get me to the end run of bringing laughter and inspiration to millions? Yeah, I am. Because I've done a coaching today already. I'm doing a podcast today that is bringing that message out to people that should inspire, that I know can help people, the things that I'm telling you. So yeah, I am in alignment with where I'm going, and I know that. And I said arm fart like 6 times. So boom, there you go. So think about yourself. Do you have a mission statement? And if you don't, let's talk about it real quick. So a mission statement, how does that work? Well, you have to think about what it is you want to do. And this is where it gets tricky for some people, because they're like, I don't know what I want to do. Well, here's what's going to happen. You think about things in your mind, and you think, well, I think this, I think that. Well, what do you feel? What do you feel about that thing? Because here's the trick. And I talked about this in a podcast coming up called So What You Want. We're going to talk, you go listen to that, because it talks about the heart and what you want. The goal setting is, it's the feeling that you have that gets you to your goal, right? Well, think about this. So your mission statement is kind of the overarching goal. What is it that makes you happy in your heart? Because when I say, I want to bring laughter and inspiration to millions, that hits my heart. I know that. That resonates with me, and it makes me feel good. I'm like, yeah, how do I do that? And I see myself on stage in front of thousands. I've been on stage in front of thousands, but I see it out there, and I'm doing this. I'm talking about, personal growth and self-help and success and these things that a lot of people aren't talking about, especially in our industry, right? So that resonates. So what resonates with you on the big scale? Not like tomorrow, oh, I want $1 million. That's not a mission statement. The mission statement is what resonates with your heart to bring something to the world. What can you get clear on that is bigger than you? That is really out there. You're like, wow, I've always wanted to show people a better way to ... I've always wanted to show people how to ... I've always wanted to help people believe in ... Whatever it is, whatever the ... is for you, think about it. And it's not like just a simple profession. It's not just one thing. It's not that. Because like I said, bring laughter and inspiration to millions. The how, I don't know yet. I've tried a lot of things, and I've gotten to a lot of people. I'm on the path. But I know laughter and inspiration to millions. I mean, it could be anything. Like I said before, for you, it could be anything, but you really need to get out there to get clear on the big picture, the legacy. When you leave this earth, what did you do? When I leave this earth, I can ask myself, did I bring laughter and inspiration to millions? The answer is yes or no. And I know that I've strived to do that for many, many years. And I'm learning, and I am in the process of making that happen. So I know that. So ask yourself, what is something big that you want? Bigger than you. It's going to be an interesting time for you. If you're listening to this podcast, go write it down. Write down some ideas. Here's an exercise that I've taught people for a while. So you take a piece of paper, you draw a line down the middle and across the top. I forgot where I got this. I don't know. Could have been Tony Robbins, could have been Dean Graziosi. I don't know. But on one side, you say, I want. And on the other side, you say, I don't want. And you write them down. I don't want this. I want this. I don't want this. I want this. This gives you a baseline. And as I was saying before, if you have an I don't wants and a very, very long list of those, then you got work to do. And it's a good thing. Don't feel like a failure. Oh my God, I got all this stuff I don't want. I'm worried. No, this is amazing because now you look at it and it's in front of you. You have written it down. These are all the things you don't want. These are all the things you're worrying about on a daily basis. They're right there. You can look at them now and go, okay, I see that. I'm looking right at you. This is a fear. Now, how do I bust that fear? A lot of ways. I'm not going to go into it on this aspect, but I'm not going to go into it on this podcast because there's a lot of work that goes into that. What I'm getting you to notice at this point in time is that these are the things that are working against you to get to your goal. The side of the I don't want. And 99% of all of these things that you're saying I don't want are never going to happen. So let's focus on the I want. I want to bring laughter and inspiration to millions. I want to make lots and lots of money, etc. I want to have a wonderful, beautiful relationship with my family, etc. You write those things down and you look at those. You focus on those because your reticular activating system will work towards what it is focusing on. If you're focusing on the negatives, the I don't wants, your reticular activating system is going to go, oh, you don't want that. Hey, look, there's that. I don't want this. Hey, look, there's that. I don't want this. Hey, look, there's that. Consistently. But if you can get rid of those things and focus only on what it is you want, your reticular activating system, awesome. You want a great family? Hey, you know what? Look, here's an outing that you can do with your family. Hey, here's a boat you can rent and go spend the day with your kids. Boom. Hey, look, here's this thing. It's going to do it either way, negative or positive, negative or positive. That's up to you. That's a decision that you make. That's your personal power, and you have a lot of it that you don't even know you've tapped into yet. So let's keep going. Now, this big overarching mission statement, the what I want, sometimes can be hard to get to because you may not believe it in something in like, how am I going to do this? Now, I'm not saying that like bringing laughter and inspiration to millions, that is my goal. That's my mission statement. I'm doing that. That's happening. I know that. Have I done that yet? Not yet, I don't think. I know I am doing that. I am in the process of doing that. It's not something that, I want that. I hope I get that. No, I am in the process of doing that because that is the goal. And it's bigger than the goal. It's a mission statement. Now, a goal is different because a goal is like, hey, I want to make $1 million. That's like the default goal of everybody when they talk about money. They're like, I want to make $1 million. I want to be a millionaire. Guess what? I've been a millionaire. It just means I owe more than you. And I lost it all in about a day. So that doesn't matter that much. That's not the thing, because here's another crazy thing. If you make, I think it's like $430,000 a year, you're in the top 1% of all income earners on the planet. And right now, you're probably already in the 1% because you've got a computer, you got a phone, you got a TV, you got a house, you got a car, those such things. You may not have all of those, but any one of those things is you're already in the top 1% of the world, because there's a lot of places that we are that are so far below. And that's part of clarity. Being clear on what's out there, being clear on reality. All right. So we'll talk more about that in other podcasts. I've got so many of them about, clearing this out of your way, clearing this out of your way. But today I want you to get clear on what you're seeing, what the end goal, what's that legacy? What's that mission statement? What did you put on the side of the I want? That is big. Not the I want this, I want this thing, I want this thing, I want this thing. Not about material goods, but what do you want to leave to the world? What's the big, big picture? I don't care if you're 12 or 75. There's still time. And everything is possible. Everything is possible. You need to know that. You need to believe that and say, I've got a little time. What can I do? What can I leave the world with? So mine, again, is I want to bring laughter and inspiration to millions. And I'm in the process of doing that through different various avenues, and I'm going there. So once you put together the I want and I don't want, take the I don't wants, rip that page in half. I want you to crumble it up. You can throw it on the ground. You can stomp on it. You can poop on it. I don't care. Then set it on fire and get rid of that. And here's a couple of techniques that will help you, because the I don't wants, they're all negativity. They're all fear. They're all guilt. They're all shame. They're all regret, anger, sadness, etc. They're all negatives. I don't want. Negative, 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 negative. You don't want that in your life. So any of the I don't wants, you can send them away. There's three or four ways that we do this. And it's, you can say, if fear comes in your mind, you get this thought of something terrible happening to somebody in your family or yourself. You go, whoa, that is a thought. This is my mind. I'm in charge. That thought does not resonate with my mission statement. So therefore, I am sending it away. One of our coaches does that. He says, I send thee away, fear. I send thee away, anger. I send thee away, doubt. All that. I send thee away. He takes his hand and does that. And somebody, he'll just do it to himself. And you'll see him say, what did you send away? He goes, I sent away some doubt. That's powerful. You can say, I reject that. So if say like, oh my gosh, somebody says, yeah, I have cancer. Oh, well, for me in my life, somebody says, I have cancer. Well, that's terrible. I reject that. I reject the cancer. Because somebody else puts something in your mind, it's there. And again, your subconscious and reticular activating system, they can act on that. If it's in your mind and you're right there and you know it, you're like, oh, I don't want to think about that. I reject it. I reject it. So I reject it. I send thee away. You can say another thing is cancel, clear. Whoa, cancel that, clear. Cancel, clear. It's out of there. Cancel what was just said, clear it out. And then another way that I learned was you take that, whatever it is for visual, you take that in the thought bubble and you go, okay, whoa, I'm going to get rid of that. Thought bubble. You think about sending it up and up and up and up and up and into the sun. And as it goes into the sun, you can see it go and break apart and disintegrate. Those are some ways to get rid of the negativity thing, the worry, all that junk. Because remember, 99% of the things that you worry about don't come true, and you're doing this on a daily basis, you're working against your mission statement. You're working against yourself, and you're causing stress and strain and bothersome stuff that is actually bringing down your immune system and making you sick. So whatever it is that works for you, those are just a few ideas, but it's a muscle that you have to work, because negativity comes into your mind all the time. So you got to be aware of it. And just some little tidbit of information. You have about 11 million bits per second of information coming into your mind from everything everywhere. You got all your senses, you got everything in the world. I got a computer in front of me that's got about 9,000 things right here. It's all going, and all these thoughts that come into your mind from other things, from out of the blue, out of nowhere. Soundtrack from Frozen 2 again. 11 million bits per second. Your brain can actually only process 50 to 120 bits per second, depending on where you look. So that's a teeny tiny bit that you can actually process. So you have to be in charge of what you're letting in your mind. So by saying, "Sit in the way, get away," it's like a volleyball. Boom. You're knocking it out of the way. Tennis racket. Pow. You can visualize that. I used to play tennis, so that's perfect. It's like, oh, looked out. Boom. Get out of there. That's how to get rid of some of these negative things, because that way you can focus on your mission statement, on the big picture of where you want to be. Does this thought, you get down to that minuscule specificity, does this thought resonate with my mission statement? Does this help me get to there? No, I send it away. Get out of here. Amscray, get out of here. Get off my lawn. And let it go and focus on what it is you want. Because if you can be clear on what that is that you want, you can make the little adjustments. You'll automatically make the little adjustments to get to where you want to be. And I'm going to leave you with this. Worry. There's a great line in Fantastic Beasts. Eddie Redmayne says it, and I forgot exactly how it is. I'm going to paraphrase it. But she's like, "Aren't you worried about such and such?" He goes, "Oh, I never worry. Because if the thing actually does happen, then I've suffered twice. Why would I do that?" And that's what you're doing. And people suffer every day needlessly because they're worrying about something that may happen, and most of the time never does. I'm worried about that saber-toothed tiger behind the bush over there. Well, you can't do that. I mean, you want to go, hey, there might be a saber-toothed tiger over there. Okay, I'm going to go the other way. That's fine. You do that. But you don't have to get into the negativity, into all the fear and pain. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm scared. That's what's happening right now with this pandemic, which is, I'm not saying it's a scam or conspiracy or anything, but there's a whole bunch of misinformation, and there's a lot of fear that does not need to be there. And it's just pissing me off. So one thing is, I say, stop watching the news, people, because that is a constant barrage of negativity and a lot of hype, a lot of showmanship. And it's designed to make you do one thing: worry on this side of what I don't want. That's all it's designed to do. Because if they can get you in fear, then they got you. So there you go. You've got ways of rejecting this stuff, filtering things out. And remember, you have to be clear on that mission statement. When you see clearly what it is you want on the big picture, everything else can fall into place a whole lot better. Use the tools, use the techniques that I've shared with you today, and ask yourself, what do I want to leave on this earth when I am no longer here? Because we're all going. We're all going. How you go out is up to you, for the most part, if you can. But if you're every day moving towards what it is you want, you're going to help people along the way. And that's what it's all about. So I wish you the utmost, absolute bestest of everything. Go out there and be extraordinary today. Get your big picture mission statement and start heading on the road towards that. And you're going to do amazing, great things. I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next podcast. All right, peoples. So who joined us? Melissa Chavez. Hello. I don't know if you guys are still on here, but hello. Joss Provex. For getting into voice acting like you did. That's really important to me. I have a huge love for animation, acting, and the characters in them. Seems to be rewarding. How to break into that? I've been an actor for 30 years, Joss Provex. So that happened actually back in the mid 90s because I was acting. If you want to be a voice actor, guess what? The second word is acting. So you need to train in acting. That's the first thing. And and then keep working. I always say that's step one. And step two is network. Louis, what's up? Delete, another word to get rid of the negativity. Yeah, delete whatever works for you. You can do it. It's the thing is that you have the power to do these things, guys. And a lot of people don't understand that. They have not figured that out. So yeah, that is something that you have so much control over yourself, and yet no one knows how to control. Not so very few know how to control what it is they need to control and the power that they have. And that's something that's what I'm preaching here. See clearly now. ... Badooshk. All right. So now I have downloaded that. I have another podcast ready to rock and roll. Another one in the bag. All right, let's do it. So I hope you guys got something from that is helpful and makes you happy. Because I know the things that I'm showing you, the things that I'm teaching you on the Mind Scrambler podcast are solid. Because I get it from some of the best sources out there. My coaches, people who I've been training with for years. And there's a lot of good stuff in there. And I think once you tie your life, if you're looking for success, if you want to be a success and you want to grow as a human being, you tie where you're going to something bigger than you. Something bigger. Because we're in this society where it's all about me. It's all about me. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. It's about what you leave behind. It's how can you help other people? How can you make things better? How can you do great things on this earth while you're here? As Jim Fortin says, this is a rental car. This is just meat, and it's a meat shell, and the energy that is in here is me, and I came from somewhere else to get into here. So I'm going to drive this thing around until it's a clunker, and then I'm going to leave and go somewhere else. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? I don't know. Maybe that's the deal. Maybe we're here to learn something. This is school, baby. This is school. And so you got to learn. Hurricane coming by my area tomorrow. I'll be getting the tail end of it, just rain and wind. Well, all right then, bootleg culture. Good on you. I'm assuming you're near where I used to live. You're in Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. Because I saw that one's coming up there, and I know we just got one that went through pretty much right through there before. So stay safe, stay cool, stay dry, and all those good things, because I've been through several of them myself, born and raised in Houston. So yeah, up in there. And I lived in Oklahoma for a while, so I've had tornadoes too. Yay! So, and now I've been in LA, so I have earthquakes too. So much fun. I like being here in Australia, in the Gold Coast, where it's just cool. Luigi, I am extraordinary today, as always. And having a ball. And actually, I'm going to be leaving here in just a minute because I'm going to cut it off early because I got to eat a little something. Because then Declan and I have a long walk to go to the dentist because we got to get the final shading on my front tooth. And I get that put in later on this week. I think Thursday. Yeah, I think so. All right, so I'm going to go. I'm going to eat something, and I'm going to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. And remember, go to the podcast. Scroll up here and go to my podcast because the latest podcast is already up on iTunes. Check it out. And please give me some 5-star reviews and give me some written reviews and tell people how awesome it is and share it with everybody that you know. Mine says everything, find your goal, how to get there. How do I get there? Block out all negative things. There you go. It is. It's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot more deep stuff, but Overarching, yes. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.